you and I, we met, and when we first talked, I said your name. I said, "Hi, Sairan," and you said, "Oh my gosh, that's incredible. You pronounced my name correctly, right? Because you're not from the United States, and so I'm assuming that people have mispronounced your name many times,
Yeah.
and so, but I would love for you to tell me where you're from and your life story. Like, what brought you to the United States? Like, who is Sairan before she came to the United States?
Well, thank you for the question. I love this question so much because I don't want people to think that Seiran is the version they see in LinkedIn and Instagram. She's the smart team lead. She mastered engineering. She come across as a smart lady in math, and she can solve just about any equation. I have not started like that. I came to United States 1996. I was in my 20. I was young, not married, have a certain image about the American dream. In Middle East, we have a very vivid copy of the American dream. We think that everything is like Rambo and celebrities, and there is money and there is a red carpet on the road. When I arrived to United States, it was totally a different reality because I hit the reality so fast, and here I am, left my family, siblings, support system, and I am pushing myself to succeed. And I have to fill that American dream somehow so I can justify to my parents and to my community that I did not fail. I came to the land of dream, and I'm living them, the land of dream itself by pursuing my dreams here. I felt when I was in Iraq, yes, I was young. I graduated from engineering school. Somehow I felt I was just living as an existence, like I was just existing human being. I go to work and come back and pick a paycheck, and something big was missing inside me. I I knew that I have so much to offer. I knew that I have something bigger that I can share with the world. And that opportunity did not come until I really and embrace the hidden, like the hidden unseen. Like when I moved to US, I did not have a plan. I didn't know what's living in the United States. So it was everything. It was a mystery. Everything was a question mark. How I'm gonna survive, who I'm gonna meet to be my partner, which kind of culture, the language barrier. Although I spoke English, but I had the heavy English accent because everything in Middle East taught by English system. So when I arrived, I knew that okay, I'm here now. I've been
Can I bring you back to your youth actually? Because
yeah
I think that's such a fascinating part of your story, right? Because and you're from Iraq.
yeah
And you mentioned a few minutes ago here that, you felt like there was more that you could offer, and you knew that in yourself and in your mind. But you also lived during the times in your youth in a regime that kind of constrained society to do the things that they wanted to. And so how did you as a young woman, female, under the constraints of your political system, how do you dream about something bigger and better?
Beautiful question. So I'm originally Kurdish from Iraq. So I live in north of Iraq. So when I work for the NGOs, and
Okay.
they were funded by the United Nations. So back to the regime back then in 1996, they they felt that we are threatened to the country. We are spy because we are working for American and foreign country, Australian and Sweden. So we have to leave the country. So there was a fear of retaliation. So I was living in the fear. I didn't even have time to dream, but there was a, a, um, a voice in my head, very loud, keep telling me, just go, just move on, go to different country. You can do better than this. I was living the fear, but I think the fear stopped when I arrived at Guam, at the military base, because we were protected by the military, support over there. Um,
So you went, was it a military, was it like a political asylum
yes, it was a
situation?
political asylum. It was not
Okay.
a refugee operation. It was back then State Department. They issued the evacuation for all those people who work for those NGOs to move to Guam, to the military base. So we were based at Anderson South over there for a couple of months, and that's where I met my husband. And still, we were still confused because at Guam, at the military base, everything was all the supplies, the comfort. We thought this is the American dream because we were still in the transition. We did not arrive to the land of US yet. Although Guam is belonged to US, but it was not really the final destination for all of us. So when I arrived, I knew that's it. I better to make it happen. I mean, I have no way back, right? I'm here alone. Yes, I'm dating this guy. We both have no money. I think I left like $300. That all what I got. No job. I'm still, going through the process of the transition, how to find a job, how to settle. So I knew there is something big coming, but everything was around still fear and unknown. Everything was unknown because no one told me, oh, in 5 years, you're going to go back to school. Oh, in 6 years, you're going to get a good job because I just landed. So the only things hit me so bad that vivid color about the American dream and the celebrity was not even exist. It was not even there because everything was a struggle to blend in, to adapt the new environment, to know how to operate with people. And a lot of, I hear this from a lot of, foreigner who come to this country. They said, oh, we don't want to be just like any white person. We did not born. No one asked you to be another, no one asked you to be a total American or pick everything and blend in the culture. All you need just to pick what's work for you. Keep your core, value, keep your principles, and see what is really work for you and your family. Don't lose that identity and the beautiful culture you come from. You don't have to. No one asking you to do that. But as someone who come to this land and in their 20, I was confused. I thought I have to act like the white girl. I have to speak like the white girl. I have to go happy hours. I have to do everything the white girl do. But as I was going through schools, I got more mature, I got married, that I knew that the reason why it's the land of dream, and they call the United States land of dream, not Europe, not anywhere else land of dream, because you have the freedom to choose to become whoever you want. There is no constraint saying, oh, you're Muslim from Iraq, then you gotta be only in this box. No, the door is wide open. I can be anything I want. It's just a matter of me committing to that goal. So this is how I start.
So you went to Guam at what age?
I was 26.
26. Okay. And then you moved to the United States at what
Yeah,
age? A couple years
yeah,
later?
yeah. No, a couple of months. We stayed at the base over there, and they take you to the place who you have sponsor at. So my
Okay.
sponsor was in Nashville, Tennessee, and my husband's sponsor was in DC. So we dated, like I said, a couple of months, and I just got married right after.
Okay. And so you started school when you came to the United States?
No, I had a
You
bachelor in
you
civil
had your
engineering.
bachelor's.
Yeah,
Okay.
I had my bachelor in civil engineering. But again, you cannot come to US even with higher, education, thinking that everything will lay in
Right.
front of you and going to
Right.
be easy, right. You have to know the portfolio, the way how they, manage work and skills and resume and hiring and career is totally different than Middle East. So I started working in a temporary job for tax administration. I was collecting tax from lease company, it has nothing to do with engineering. So I done that for less than a year. Then I got a very, low level engineering as an
Mhm.
engineering tech in the beginning, but I was very exciting because it has the engineering title. Then little by little, after having my kids, I knew that there should be a time to make myself ready to go back and pursue a higher education. And so I went back and I did my master, and I finished my master, and I
Masters in what?
system integration.
System integration. Okay. So I'm curious because you mentioned early on that you knew there was something about you that wanted more, right? And early on, you're not really, that's not really developing, right? Because it seems like there was a lot happening in your life, right? Both with your family and moving, around the world. But now you're settled in to Tennessee, you're going to school, you've found the love of your life. What's happening in your mind at this point? Like what's beginning to evolve? Are you beginning, is that feeling you had years before beginning to become something, like materialize into a real thought?
Yes. So I knew for sure I'm safe, right? I'm safe. No one will question me if I belong to any party or if I have any kind of religion or the way how I look. That's I know for sure. No one will bother me. So I'm safe in that side. But the second thing is I went through a lot of pain and losses. So I lost my dad. I lost my dad first, then I lost my mom, and I wanted to build a family and have kids. So I end up, like I said, moving to where my husband is in DC, and Washington DC, one of the most expensive state here in US. So I knew that I have to work. And by me working, again, I am in such a, I hate to use the word, they said male dominated. I will use it for once today. Yes, construction, engineering, they call it male dominated, which I don't agree. You can be in any field. If you are succeed at it, you can call it male or female dominated. Anyhow, I start working, going back to school, and that's voice still saying in my mind, okay, this is not the title. This is not about your achievement. There's something missing. There is something hidden. Yes, you are succeeding. You are a mom of two. You have a house now. You have a good career, but there is something missing. Look for it. It's hiding. It's you buried. And I think the reason why it was like that because I came from the fear location, right? I was always afraid to speak up. I always thought that I have to be the lowest voice. I have to be in the corner, sitting in the back seat, not say much, so I can blend in. So people think, oh, she's harmless. Keep her in the group. And I know that things is heading inside me is the big dream that I want to make an impact. And that's happened when I started the business in 2018.
So you've got this big dream, but I'm curious, did you see little signs, things that would show up that started to direct you toward that vision, toward that dream?
Yes, of
And
course. Of course, yeah. So this is how I know that that's something missing in me. It's the impact or the side work that I need to do in order to make a difference for other people who's younger than me who come to this country. And that's happened exactly when I was at the university. And the Women in Engineering division asked me if I'm willing to speak with a group of younger girls to tell them about the reality about engineering, what should they expect when they graduate from school. So the feedback and the support I got from the school saying that I should continue doing this. I'm not only a good engineer, but I can be a life or a business coach. Well, back then I did not even know what's life and business coach mean because I thought coaching is just for sport. And I was like, which kind of coach is that? They said it's a certain training and certification you go by, and you will be qualified in order to help others to overcome their obstacles and make their dream come true. So because of that, I never finished my doctoral. I did one semester, then I started a business, and the rest is history. I never looked back. I
so
mean,
what's the business?
I'm a business strategist, so I help midlife women to start online business.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what was the real catalyst for that? Like how did that start for you?
It started when I saw the impact that I make when I
Yeah.
speak to those women, like the feedback. I done so many hours without payment. It was all pro bono. It was helping women in technology, women in engineering platform. I spoke with those women and they come back as client and I was mentoring them. And when they get back to me, they said, everything you teach us, it makes sense now. We can be an IT, but do something else. We can be a lawyer and leave an impact somewhere else. So I call those talent like a hidden gem. This is why my business card is it's a gem because each one of us, Randy, have something inside them. You have something inside you. It's that you buried is muted. It's been asleep for whatever reason. You have it since you were a teenage on your 20, but then life took you and got married, raising kids, paying bills. But that gem is still inside you. It
That's
never
good.
died. So that's the impact I make now. I call it hidden gem because it's a talent. I'm not going to say passion because passion is not enough. You need to really work in your passion. You can't just call it passion. I draw very nice and just hang your art and that's it. You you continuously need to work on your passion to master it.
Yeah, it's interesting that, you're talking about passion because one of the things that I focus on are, is purpose, like how to reach your purpose, like how to find your purpose, because I believe that we've all lost our purpose to your point, right? The world gets in the way, work gets in the way, we start living the organizations we work for, their purpose, vision, mission, values, but we lose ours. But what I've seen is that people have passion about something, whether it's playing music, whether it's art, whether it's, reading, writing, and it's converting that passion into a purpose
Yes.
so that the world can experience it. And it sounds that that's what you've done.
Yeah, and this is how you know that passion you have, if it's drawing, music, writing, speaking, it's really the impact or the purpose you need to do in life when you lose the sense of timing. Meaning, like if you are an artist and you go to the basement and you do your drawing, I have to remind you that you've been in the basement for the past 3 hours, but you didn't feel it. It's went by like 3 minutes. You lose the sense of timing because you're really enjoying what you're doing and your soul is in such an alignment with your brain. So they are talking with each other. So it's not totally brain managed or not totally heart managed. They are both dancing and working together. So you know that passion is not only something that you brag about and say, I draw very nice or I speak very well. No, you can monetize it in a way, helping others to achieve that. And you will have people saying that I don't want to monetize my passion. I do things by hand. I just want to celebrate it. I just put it on the table. Great. No one is pushing you to monetize it. If you want to make it and just celebrate the passion you have and you share it with a family member, it's still good things. But my message here to everyone, do not mute it again. You had it when you were young, but you mute it and you put it to sleep because you were making living, you were navigating life, you were building family, you paying the bills, you working for corporate, right? But when you hit, especially in the 50, like for me, when I hit that 50, I knew like, nope, I'm not gonna take that passion again to the grave. I'm not gonna make it sleep again. And this is how I feel I rise up. Like I rise to the the version that you see right now. I was never like this in my 20 and I was never like this in my 30. When I was young and came to this country, I wanted to succeed so bad. I want the title, I want the money, I want the prestige. I was thinking those materialistic things will make me a better version. I am succeeding. I got everything. But when I hit that 50, I knew that I don't need that validation from the universe. I know what I have done, I know what I have accomplished, and I knew I'm capable that I can use my life lessons in order to teach others. I already been through it. I've been through the pain. I've been through the obstacle. I was on my knee many, many times. I questioned my dream many, many times. I wanted to take the first flight, go back to Iraq, and just have my brother and sister say, I made a mistake. I should never left, right? I've been in those positions. But now I know without being on those hurdles and obstacles, I would have not be the version who I am today. It was not an easy lay down for me. So now the version you see is the one that who has confidence. I'm not saying that I'm perfect. I'm not, but I'm not striving or seeking validation from a source or a people who don't have value. But when you are young, you continuously want to blend in. You want to be part of the group. You want everyone to love you. You want everyone to go out with you for dinner. When you get older, uh, you become you become wise about how to spend your time, how
Right.
you spend it, and with whom you spend it.
If you look back right now and had a conversation with your younger you, with your 12-year-old you today, um, what lessons would you provide for her? What guidance would you provide for her, knowing the path she was about to take?
I would tell my younger self, you got this. Don't be afraid. Just keep going. The fear is just stopping us from doing a lot of things in our life. And that's what I had in my teens. The fear, it was the poison, it was the toxic stage that I could not get out of it until I moved outside the country. I will tell the 12, the teenage girls, say, hey, keep moving. You got this. Just don't be afraid. Just do it. What is gonna scare you now, you're gonna celebrate it later.
And you had a really good family structure, a very good family system, right? Lots of support, lots of love. You know, considering everything you were undergoing, right? Your family unit
Yeah.
stayed very close, which
Yes.
is fantastic.
Yes, yes, yeah. I'm very lucky with that. We are seven brother and sister, seven
Yeah.
siblings, mom and dad, and they both are not here anymore. I lost both of them when I was in US. But even to this, minute, currently, we still talking with each others. We are all over the place. I have a brother in Europe. I have my sister in London. We keep supporting each others because being abroad, being if you live in different country that you're born in, it's nothing bad or good about it. It's you challenging yourself to be a better version
Yeah.
because you tell yourself, okay, I'm here right now. I should make the best out of it. Since I am here, I lost the support system. I'm paying a lot of taxes. I'm working so much. I should make it a better version of me. I should not keep talking about the past. Oh, when I was in my country, people do it. Oh, when I was, it's done. You are in the moment now. You just need to make the best of it.
So I love that. So you are in the moment, right? So you've talked about the little young woman who shed her fears and probably insecurities, and then you've become this person you are today, confident. You know, you're mentoring people, you're coaching people to help build them. Who are you becoming? Like, what is now? Who you talk to your younger self, but who's in front of you waiting for you? Who's that Sairan?
I feel that becoming is the woman who will be remembered if she left this world, that she make a change and a difference. I don't want people to remember me for having the best title in LinkedIn or the most money or the biggest house or the most jewelry or whatever you know position I have. Right? I want people to remember me that when this lady she entered the room, when she left the room, the energy of that room being shaped and it was changed. It was a change she made. It was an impact, a process she created, something that she have done. She will be remembered forever. And I have a daughter who's 21, and I don't want to leave this life for her just to missing me. I want her always to celebrate the lessons that she saw her mom achieving in her 50. And that will not happen by me telling her what to do. It's happened by her seeing what I am doing. So it's not about what I'm preaching and telling her that she should do that. She already see what I'm doing, so that's the best way. to make an impact.
It's leading by example is what you're saying, right? It's
Yeah, role model, be a role
role
model.
modeling, yeah. Uh,
Yeah.
and it's interesting because a lot of people um they want that. They want to create that for their children, but don't really they struggle. They struggle implementing that, right? And I think by you mentoring other women, I'm assuming that your daughter gets to hear and see and experience how you're giving back to ensure that women build that confidence and shed that fear.
Yes, and to your point, shedding the fear, that's not an overnight or a pills. I'm not a
No.
magician. I'm not going to give that to my clients saying, if you do one, two, three, four, the same way I did, life will be good. It's the inner work. It's the client has to go through those belief they have. And I tell my client most of the belief and the scenario or the script that we have in our mind, they're outdated. They're outdated belief. They're expired. Because when I struggled in the beginning, when I came, I was still having those beliefs that I have in Iraq, that I'm not capable. I have to shrink myself. I have to fit in. Those beliefs after 10 years, it's expired. You need to reinvent. You need to be a new version of yourself. This is why I don't call it midlife crisis. It's a rebirth. When you hit that 50, it's not a crisis. It's your golden time because you reach to that 50 through lessons and life lessons and experience you've been through. So you just have to celebrate every bit of it and recognize if you have an old belief that's dragging you down and making you go back to that fear zone, you have to say to yourself, those beliefs were old. I have those when I was 15 and I am 45 now. I keep telling those stories to myself. So it's not an overnight process, Randy. It's to each client, they come from different, they brought up differently, they have from different culture, they've been through different experience. It's a matter of the difficult question that I ask them, just in order to go deep down to see why they are not able to celebrate their talent, why they are not able to claim their spot, why they are still scared to say, this is me. I should own the moment. I should own everything around me. I work so hard for this. I better to claim it and celebrate it. We sometimes even afraid to be successful because we think we don't deserve it. And the reason why we think we don't deserve it, because someone, someday, one year when you were 20, a girl or a guy told you, you are not good. So when we succeed, we still remember those negative statement and connotation, and we tell ourselves, maybe I should not deserve this success because I'm not good. And if you go deep down and ask that person how they know they don't deserve it, they
Yeah.
tell you because my first husband or my first wife told me I'm the worst partner. So they keep that belief in themselves, and that's actually stopping them to get to their best version.
So, that I've got a couple questions for you here on that, but why on that one immediately, why do you think we let one negative comment weigh the positive, like kill that dream that we have inside us? Like it takes one person to say, you're not going to make it, you're not capable of, you won't succeed, to kill a dream for the rest of our lives. Why do we allow that to happen?
I feel we allow it because we are not still, we don't love ourselves enough.
Okay.
We don't love ourselves enough. We are so harsh on ourselves by default. Every human being, right? Look
Yeah.
about your job. Look about your community. Look about everything you do.
Yeah.
You manage to be diplomatic with everyone, with your friend, with your in-laws, with your partner. You're nice to the cashier. You're nice to the boss. You're nice to everyone. Even 90% of them, they are bad to you, but you still manage to be professional and nice to them. And look at the one person that you bully the most is
That's
your.
right.
We bully ourselves to death. We don't love ourselves enough. I think that's a human being by default. Because, like I talk about myself as a mom, I feel like I should be the bottom of the list. Let me see if I'm cooking, cleaning, taking care of my parents. But again, as you age, those beliefs should be renewed. You have to know when you hit your 40 and 50, you have needs that need to be met. You need the love, you need the support, you need the attention from the partner. You can't just always be the bottom of the list. So to answer your question, I think we allow those negative connotation affect us so much because we are yet still not in love with ourselves.
Right. And that is the greatest challenge, right? And it's you have to ask yourself sometimes, or ask somebody who demonstrates limiting beliefs and talks poorly about themselves. And I've been there before where I've looked at somebody and said, if I talk that way to myself, or like if I had somebody talk to me that way, I would hate them. I wouldn't like them.
Yes,
You know why? Like I can't talk to myself and talk poorly and degrade myself because I wouldn't like if somebody did that to me. And
yes,
yet I have to look at that person in the mirror.
yes, totally, totally. We allow it, and the it's again, it's a daily process. It's not an overnight thing.
Okay.
If someone come and you know they charge you $2,000, they can teach you the trick and magic about how to love yourself. It's a continuation effort that you need to practice it, and that's the beauty about aging. Because when I was in my 30 and 40, and hearing other women, oh God, the 50 is so ugly, you're going to lose your hair, the wrinkles, your body will change. Yeah, it's true. I have to change. I'm 50. But the beauty about the 50 is you realize that all the stuff that you consider very important in your life, it's very silly when you get to that 50.
Very silly. And
Really?
that's the dream killer,
Yeah,
right? Is that we make these things too serious in our lives and they stop our dreams, right? And
yes,
like you, it's you've shed that and
yes.
you're doing what you want to do at no matter what age.
Yes, I think I always go back to if you will stop and give up your dream if your why is not strong. And this is always if you're wise to make a lot of money, oh you after the first niche or platform shut down, you're gonna give up. But if your why is so deep down and it's related to a humanity or a positive impact, you're not gonna give up easy. I have days that I doubt every single step I done. Like I felt I'll be the best author to write about failures because I failed in many options and many jobs and many career. But those failing, steps, it's build you for something really big. As long you are not afraid to keep trying. This is the age when you get to your 40 and 50. This is the age that you require to do everything you dream about. Don't carry it in a backpack with you when you leave this life. It's very heavy. That backpack is very heavy. You carry that backpack and dream for longest time of your life. Just do it. Do it before you are ready. Do that and don't leave this life without trying.
I love that. And so you are looking to write a book, right?
Yes, solo book. Yeah, the other one is I'm a co-author with a group of coaches. They asked me to write about the truth about the American dream, so that was a chapter book. But this one is going to be mine.
What is the truth of the American dream?
You have to come here and live it.
Okay.
Never look at the movie. I mean, it's different. Same way if I describe Iraq or Dubai to you, or Qatar, or Russia, or Asia. Yes, you read book about them. If you go and visit, of course you're going to see the best out of it, right? You're going to see the country, and you'll look around, but nothing solid and clear as much as you live in the place itself.
Right.
uh, you have to love where you are. You have to love that land so that land give you the same love back.
Yeah.
If you decided to go to Dubai, and you go to Dubai to make money, if you are not able to love the Dubai country itself, the country will not love you back. You have to really have a joy about the place you are. Otherwise, it's going to be a continuous struggle.
And that concept applies to life, to existence. You have to love yourself. You have to appreciate the gift of life
Yes.
to maximize everything its potential.
Yes, yes, and apply to job, to side business. If my side business as a business strategist right now, I'm still working full time as an engineer. If the side business, if I call the side hustle, what is the joy? I already label it side hustle. I don't even call it side hustle. When people ask me, what is your side business? I said, you mean my side heaven or haven? Because if it's a hustle or if something that I'm really struggling to blend with my day job, what is the joy? I'm not going to thrive in it. It's us labeling things in a bad way, in negative, and then we wonder why we are not making money or we are not enjoying because you label it wrong. Same thing with aging. You see parents saying, "Oh, I'm an empty nester." What does empty nester mean?
Right.
Really, I don't understand. And well, emptiness. I said, no, I know it's like your kids left the house, but why is empty? Well, because I miss them. You expecting them to live with you until you are 95? Why we call it emptiness? We
I
have
love that point.
things, right? You
Yeah.
they empty because they left you to start their own life, get empowerment, a partner, get married. You bring them to this life to experience life. So now you call it empty. Does that mean that you are entitled, they entitled to be with you for the rest of life? That's selfishness, right? You can be
Right.
selfish having your kids with you. I say, okay, if you see it empty, fill it. Fill it with what? Start an online business. Fill it with traveling, reading, experience, navigating other things in life. Your life should not be just about I raise kids, they have to stay with me forever. Which book say that? I didn't stay with my parents. I left them in my 20s. So now I'm a bad kid because I left my my parents. I start my own life. So there is
So
no emptiness there.
it's so interesting, Sayron, because you're right. It's how you shift the mindset and you think about things, right? Rather than calling it an empty nester. How about, my wife and I are starting our golden years once our kids go away to college, right? It's how you think about it.
Yeah,
Rather, an empty has that
yeah.
empty, that
Negative,
connotation, like negative. Yeah.
negative connotation, and also make it sounds, use a word that you look forward to it.
Yeah.
Something exciting. Yeah. I'm not saying 50 and 60, oh great, you are better than 30 and 20. I'm
Yeah.
not saying that. Each age has its own magic.
Yeah.
When I was my 20, vibrant, young, you can try everything. 30 is different, 40. But when you hit that 50, don't think this is the end. This is not a waiting room. It's a new frontier for you
I love
without
that. Yeah.
any limits. It's a new frontier because when you hit that 50, then you said, you know what? I don't care what people think. I'm done with start a business. I'm still going to do it. I'm not going to make money. Fine. But guess what? When I become 90, while I'm dying on the bed, I will not say to my partner, oh, I wish if I start that business because I already done it. The idea is not to make $1 million of your business or your side business. The idea is to make your dream come true. Don't bury that hidden gem again. Bring it to the surface. It was hidden for a while. Don't hide it again. Don't
Right.
mute it again. Just bring it to the surface and celebrate it.
I completely agree. And I've been saying, the art of transformation is a continual process of becoming. And
Yeah.
no matter what age you are, no matter what, you are always transitioning, reinventing, and becoming something new, bigger, and better.
Yes.
And so, Sayron, what would you love people to know about you in particular? Like what's what's the unique superpower that Seiron has?
I don't know about the superpower, but I might be able to tell you what close people say about me after knowing me. I mean, if you see me for the first time, oh, you're gonna hate me because I'm very, very bold at work. Like I don't joke, I don't go happy hours. I'm very to the point. You see me in the meeting, you even don't like to talk to me because everything about numbers and I have a thick eyebrows. I even look so boring like when I speak, right? But when you get to know me, that's what I hear from not only my partner or my family, that I can change. the energy of the room with my appearance. Like meaning I can have fun with you if you are in a bad mood, and if we decided to go to panera bread or have a coffee together, it's not going to be a boring chat. And definitely will not be a talk about engineering. That's the last topic I'll talk about it, because I'm running away from it at my day job. So what I think what maybe a lot of people, and I hear it from so many, they said, when the first time we saw you in the hallway, we hated you because you look so like, oh, nobody bother me, I'm the smart engineer. But
Mm.
when they get to know me, I'm the friend they will pick up the phone anytime and they can talk with. Very approachable, but not
Very,
the first time,
no.
not the first time. Yeah.
So what's the last thing you would, if you would want to say something to anyone, like impact somebody, what would that be? Like what would you want somebody to feel can impact their life?
Beautiful question. Mm, one things I will say for anyone who's in this life, 30, 40, 50, 60, it doesn't matter. If you have that fire inside you and you really, really committed and wanted to make that fire something that you celebrate for yourself and your family, whether it's a side business, is a art, is speaking, is writing that book, is pitching that idea, starting anything that represent you, I want you to start before you are ready. Just start.
I love that. Start before you are ready.
Start before you are ready. Don't put, there is nothing aligned in front of you perfectly. Just jump. Figure things out as you go. It's going to come to you. Just have that, tenacity to start now. Don't wait. Just start now because time is running. And if you don't start now, then when?
I love that. Okay. Sairan, thank you so much for spending a little time with me and
Thank you,
me
man.
letting me learn about you.
Yeah.
I love it. So
Thank you. Thank you for trusting me to add value to your platform. I really appreciate it. Thank you very much, Randy.
that was great. Okay, awesome. Thank you. So there it is. So I enjoyed my conversation with Sairan because what I learned from that is that if you have a deep and big dream, it doesn't matter what your environment is. It doesn't matter how dangerous your environment is. It doesn't matter how much your environment holds you back. If you can dream, you can make it happen. You can manifest that dream. And so Sairan is an example of somebody who had a dream as a little girl in a place, in an environment where that wasn't really allowed. And she made her way through life, manifesting her dream, making it come to life. And today she's helping and coaching young women to be the best that they can. And so I really enjoyed that conversation. And hopefully what you took out of it was the same thing, is that if you can dream it, you can make it happen no matter what the circumstances are. So thank you so much for joining me, and I look forward to the next time.